Welcome once again to my channel. Now let's look at what we have here. We are given that the square root of x raised to the power of x is equal to x raised to the power of the square root of x. How are we going to do this? It's very simple. Now before we continue this and before we dive into the solution to this problem, kindly use your time to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel. Let's get started. Here's the solution to this problem. Now, what we have here, for clarity's sake, divide the word, we have the square root of x, all raised to the power of x, is equal to x raised to the power of the square root of x. It's very simple. Now, remember that if you have, for example, if you have root x, this is the same thing as what? X raised to the power of half. The square root of x is the same thing as x raised to the power of half. So I'm going to use this to solve this at this point. So what we have here will be what? X power 1 over 2 all multiplied by x to be equal to x raised to the power of what? Root x. Now x power half here is what gives us the square root, remember? And then the x up here is the exponent here. Now, by law of indices, if you have a power b multiplied by c, this is the same thing as a power b times c, which is equal to a power bc, which means that if you have a base and an exponent multiplying another exponent outside the bracket, it means you are going to multiply them together. If you have a, the base, a power b, all raised to the power of c, it means you multiply them. So we are going to use this to evaluate here now. So we are going to have x power 1 over 2 times x to be equal to what? X raised to the power of what? Root x. Now 1 over 2 times x is the same thing as what? X raised to the power of what? X over 2 to be equal to x raised to the power of what? Root x. Now what do you observe? We have a common base, so we can do away with the base and work with the exponents by the rule we have here. So x over 2 will be equal to the square root of x. Now here is over 1. Remember, so if you are cross multiplying, you are going to have x here. X times 1 will give us x to be equal to 2 times the square root of x will give us 2 root x. Now for us to do away with the square root, we are going to square both sides. So if we square both sides, we are going to have x squared to be equal to 2 squared will give us 4 times square root. If you square here, the square will cancel out the square root. So what will be left is what? X, and x times 4 will be what? 4x. Now let's see something. This implies that x squared minus 4x is equal to what? 0. You get it? So at this point, what is common here is what? X. So we can pick what is common and factorize it and factor out x here. So what will be left here is what? X into x minus 4 to be equal to 0. At this point, bringing it up, we can say x is equal to 0, or x will be equal to x is equal to 0, x minus 4 equal to 0, which implies that x is equal to 4. And the actual value of x that will satisfy this equation is x equals to 4. See you in my next video. Bye.